Well, hello. Today I'd like to give you my first impressions of a Koh-i-noor 1309. This is a Czechoslovakian brand that I don't know much about, but they are still around, and I know their name from art supplies, but I guess they have a full stationery line and everything. I don't want to bias you from the beginning, but I'm going to bias you from the beginning. This pen was a big battle to get it writing. I inked it up, and it was at least 24 hours before it finally started writing. And as it turns out, there was a lot of some other ink dried into it, and I know I flushed it. I know I flushed it for a fact. So it just goes to show that sometimes you need to soak a pen. So let's take a look at the writing sample. All right, so this is my Koh-i-noor 1309. So apparently, Czechoslovakia has two pen makers. Central Pen is the other one. But there is no longer a Czechoslovakia. Now we have the Czech Republic and the Slovak Republic. And both Central Pen and Koh-i-noor are located in the Czech Republic, for whatever that's worth. Now, this one was sent to me by a viewer. So I don't know too much about this brand. I know they make art supplies. But this was sent to me by a viewer who thought I would like it. I don't know how vintage it is, but I'm guessing 70s or 80s. Just from the look. It's made out of, sounds like metal with some kind of a textured lacquer over it. Uncap it. Has kind of a nib kind of reminds me of a Parker 45, I think. Yeah, that's the one I mean. Except the nib doesn't unscrew. And actually, the nib, I don't know if this is picking that up very well, but the plating on the nib is very thin because down near the tip you can see it's come off. Unscrew it. Oops. Ooh, that might actually be plastic, not metal. It's hard to tell. It's all black on the inside, though. Anyway, seems to be crying out for a converter. So, I have a converter here. I filmed several videos today, and I have a converter here, if I can find it, that I tried using earlier. And well, I've got the ink out of it, but the problem was it wouldn't fit in the barrel, so let's just see here. Okay, that may be a good sign. So let's just try it on here. Can't get it in there. Okay, so we'll try a different brand of converter. I have several. I have this one, which is oh, this is the one I tried using earlier because there's still some washable blue in it. And it really doesn't want to go on there either. So let's try this feller, which I don't think is going to go on there either. Nope. All right, so this is going well. Fortunately, I do have a stash of converters. So let's see if there's something else in here. I would swear I had some Lamy there's one. Oh, it's not a knockoff. It is a Lamy converter. That looks a little too big to fit on. What else we got here? All right, so not looking very promising. Maybe it's time to use a cartridge, which this may be another first. I had to use a cartridge with one of my earlier reviews and wasn't super thrilled by that. So I am looking at, let's see, that's a Aurora blue. We have some standard internationals here. And whatever this is, which looks too big. It looks too big. That looks about right, but that's going to be sitting deep in there. Oh, what the heck. I want to write with it, so we're going to go with Kaweco Blue. And it does puncture, and it did go in there, and it seems to be seated. Once in a while, cartridges come in handy. Probably I could have refilled this guy with some washable blue, but oh, what the heck. I'll come back to this video. I got to give time for the feed to get saturated, apparently. All right, so take two on this. What you saw previously was I put the cartridge in and it wouldn't write. So then I let it sit for 24 hours and it started writing. So let me show you the writing sample here. So there you go. Now, why am I showing you the writing sample? Well, I filmed this writing sample, happy with it, up until I went to edit the video footage together, and it turns out that I lost the footage from this camera. I have footage of me talking taken from my laptop, but I don't have the actual writing sample. So, I have since cleaned the pen out. So I'm going to refill it now. I had a Kaweco Blue because that's what fit in it. But I refilled that same cartridge, this time with Parker Quink washable blue. We're just going to slap this in. My thought is that the pen was full of something that had dried into it. And that's why it took so long to get hydrated. We're about to find out if that's true. You know, I cleaned it, flushed it and everything, but it seemed pretty clean. But I didn't really soak it to find out how dirty it was. And then there are some pens that just take flipping forever to get the ink down to the nib. So I've just popped it in. It's not writing yet. I'm hoping soon. Alrighty, so last time took 24 hours of sitting nib down. Don't know how long this is going to take. Video. Good grief. So this is a Koh-i-noor 1309. Take two. I will put photographs of both writing samples in the video description, or links to them, I should say. So Koh-i-noor 1309, take two. This time the ink is Parker Quink washable blue. Fun fact, I did totally empty out the bottle that I've been using for all these first impressions. So, in this cartridge, so now I'm on to a new bottle. So that's exciting. Flex. Hardly a flex pen. A little bit of line variation if you squint hard enough. Wetness and flow. Not bad. Smear test. I think you can tell this isn't a super wet writer. This is a pen for just regular daily writing, and yeah. Reverse writing. But hey, I get to write with it all over again. It feels just as good the other way as it does normal. And finally, the world-famous Peer Gustafson test. Okay, it did start to fail there. So I'm going to turn back to the original. So I think if I let it sit overnight, it does better. So it does still need to get some more ink into the feed and get it properly saturated. But on the whole, I think I'm pleased with this pen. It seems like a good daily writer. And here are my actual comments as of a week or two ago, when I thought I had this footage already filmed. So that was my Koh-i-noor 1309. I enjoyed writing with it once it got writing. I used it as my daily writer at school for a number of days. And it rides easily in my pocket. Not this shirt. This is a very thick shirt. But very classy looking. I like the texture on it. I will find a converter that fits it. In fact, I have a Kaweco converter ordered. I don't know that they're that different from other brands, but apparently. So anyway, I will find a converter that fits it. As far as complaints, since I started using it, I think my biggest one, it's a little wet because I just finished washing it out. It did end up collecting a bit of ink around the section, and that textured surface made it easier. The other thing I noticed is it just kind of, I don't know, would make little weird popping feelings or noises every so often as I write with it. I'm not feeling that now, so I'm kind of wondering if it just came unscrewed just tiny bit, and that's why I felt it. I don't know. But on the whole, I enjoy it, so I want to thank the person who sent this to me, because I really enjoyed this pen. And I think you'll be seeing it a lot more. And it's one of those examples of why I am glad I branched out beyond Lamy 2000. Now, will it replace the Lamy 2000? No, I like the Lamy 2000 better. But is it a good pen? Yes. And it's a brand I've never even investigated before. So I want to thank you for that. I really appreciate that I got to use this pen. So I want to thank you for watching. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.